So Major League Baseball just instituted the automated ball and strike system known as the ABS system. They're putting it in about 60% of spring training games this year here in 2025. So let's talk about how it works and what we should expect going forward. All right, so first let's talk about the actual strike zone dimension. So this is run on the Hawkeye system, which has been in place in Major League Baseball for a number of years now. But basically there's three parameters to know. Number one, it's going to be 17 inches wide. So that's the typical exact dimensions of home plate itself. So there's no give, there's no leeway on either side. Number two, and this is interesting, the strike zone will be 53.5% of a player's height at the top, down to 27% of the player's height at the bottom. And players will be independently measured for this, and it'll be verified so the data is accurate. And then lastly, the question is, when does the ball actually cross into the strike zone? So the depth between the pitcher and the catcher. So it's going to be measured in the exact center of the plate. So again, the plate is also 17 inches deep. So it's going to be the 8.5 inch mark of the plate. So right now, teams are allowed to challenge this 2 times per game, and only the batter, pitcher, or catcher can challenge the umpire's call. They do this with a tap to the helmet, and then they'll review it on the screen on the Jumbotron, and then they'll determine whether it was actually a ball or a strike. So what do you think about the ABS system now used in Major League Baseball spring training games? Leave your comment below. My take, I think this is interesting. I'm glad they're not overusing it. 2 times per game is a pretty innocuous amount of calls. And the big thing that I'm curious about is whether teams are instructing their players of certain counts to use this on. So for an example, 1-1 counts are really, really pivotal, right? If there's a pitch call on 1-1, if it's a ball, now we're 2-1. That's a huge count difference than it going to 1-2. So when there's bad calls on even counts, like the first pitch of the at-bat, or 1-1, and of course 2 strike counts, where it could mean the difference between the batter being out or given another chance up at bat, those are the really pivotal situations. I don't think you're going to see this used on, say, a 2-0 count that's very borderline, or a 1-0 count, or a 2-1 count, stuff like that. I think players and teams are probably going to have a big sit down and think about what are the most valuable calls we could reverse, and let's try to stick to those ones when we make our challenges, all right? So thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. How do you feel about the ABS system? I want to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here in the next video.